officer from the Indian Army, and now he's based in Perth. He graduated with economics honors and holds a master's in business administration. Colonel brings a wealth of experience and has a deep interest and insight in geostrategic and cultural affairs. And he shares his interests and information all on social media and at community events. So without further ado, can we please give him a warm round of applause? Thank you. Honestly, no.
Don't make me raise my voice. It is already very high pitch. Okay. Now, today I am actually, first I'll welcome or I'll be paying my gratitude to Swamiji, Dr. Smriti, who has told us many aspects of Swami Vivekananda's life, especially for the youngsters. We all have had some exposure in India about Swami Vivekananda, but today I am actually trying to, which I have been exploring, that angle which has not many, either in the both the organizations I am talking about today have really actually connected. Now, when I was in my college, first year, I got a book from a very eminent personality, Dr. Sahib Singh Verma, who later became the Chief Minister of Delhi and Union Labour Minister in India. And he knew that I was fond of reading. So he gifted me a book called Swami Vivekananda, His Gospels of Man-Making from Swami Jyotirvanand. It was released in 1986. Quite a thick book. At first I was a little scared to see that book. But then I, out of my habit, just started reading. And as luck would have it, I joined the army in 1989. Not much of social exposure thereafter. But then I was into a lot of reading, and I have been now. One of the things which can you just make me this thing? That book says Gospels of Man-Making. Now, Swami Vivekananda, his ambition in life, he knew his philosophy, but his ambition was to have individuals trained who could transform the society. That is man-making. And when individuals become good, that is Swami Vivekananda saying, the society becomes good. When the society becomes good, the nation becomes good. And when the nation becomes good, the world can become good. So this was what Swami Vivekananda's, just keep these words in mind. I'll connect this to something else later on. Swami Vivekananda stood for integration of human personality, especially these points which are highlighted. Harmonious development of every aspect of individual body, perfect health, strength, mind, control, intellect, steel heart, full of love, sympathy, dedicated to the common cause. Just remember these words. Yeah. So in 1893, he wrote to Alasinga Perumal, who himself was a philosopher at that time, that what did he want from those people whom he say that who would transform the society? What were the characteristics of that individual which Swami Vivekananda thought should be ingrained in those people? It was inner strength and character. Just remember these words. He wanted 100,000 men and women fired with the zeal of holiness, spirituality, eternal faith, lion's courage, sympathy for the poor, which could go over the length and breadth of the nation to spread this message. It was his dream of man-making. But he left for heavenly abode. He achieved his Mahaprayan in 1902 at a very early age, 39 years of age. So with his philosophy, a lot of organizations got inspired later on. He himself established Ramakrishna Mission, which is still doing a wonderful job world over. There are many other organizations world over which these youngsters told, which are inspired from his theory and put it in practical. And there was another, when Swami Vivekananda left this world, there was another teenager in those days, same age as these boys are, 12 years, 13 years, 15 years of age, who was also wandering into the same worry, what to do with this society, what to do with the Hindu society, what to do with this nation. It is so weak. It is not organized. It is so divided. And he went all over kind of theories, practicalities, to Congress, to communists, to Hindu Mahasabha and all, trying to find out a path by which he could organize this society, Hindu society practically, and then which could lead to development of the nation and the world over. And it was Dr. Keshavarao Baliram Hedgewar, the founder of RSS. Now, many of us may question that how. I'll come to that. Dr. Hedgewar got inspired from Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, and he exactly knew that not one single man could make the change. But somebody has to make those men who could make the change. And finally, going around in all sorts of philosophies and practicalities, and he came down to, as Swamiji told, he finally found out what he was supposed to be doing. He says, I'll focus only on creation of men with those characters, those characteristics, who eventually will go and work in all directions in the world, which we say in his language, dason dishaon mein jaakar kaam karenge. And he only focused on that system which he developed, which we call as the RSS Shakha today. Next. Now, I'll come to the actions, what happened. Now, I'm trying to connect those words from the Sangh Pratna. This is RSS Pratna. Those of us who have attended RSS Shakha would have Namaste Salavatsale Matra Bhume, that Pratna. Now, I picked up some paragraphs from that Pratna, and if you see very carefully, it asks for the same thing. This is the Pratna which Dr. Saab before he died in 1940. He put this characteristics, same what Swami Vivekananda wanted and what he wanted to have it in RSS Swayamsevak, same characters, which they speak every day, pray for it every day in the RSS Pratna. Ajayam cha vishwasyadehi shaktim sushilam jagaddeyanam brahma bhavet. Character, knowledge, strength. They are asking from the Lord Almighty. Same words, what Swami Vivekananda wanted. This is the prayer of his Swayamsevak. Next. Param sadhanam nam virovratam tadantas svaratakshayadhe nishta hridante prajagatu tibransham. The meaning is given in English, that may we be inspired by the spirit of stern heroism, highest spiritual bliss. This is a clear impact of Swami Vivekananda's philosophy of man-making in RSS Pratna. But Dr. Hedgewar practically put into the process of man-making, action of man-making. Next. And what was the ultimate aim? Param abanavnetu metasvarashram. That by having such characteristics in our Swayamsevak, those Swayamsevaks go and work all around and take this nation to the pinnacle of glory. And finally, the world is such, which is starting to happen now. Okay. Now, this was his methodology. How did he put Swamiji's Gospels of man-making into action of man-making? He started a daily shakha. He knew this will not happen unless you have it absolute regularly. You bring those people, catch them young. The word which we are saying, Utishta Jagrate Prapmamurani Bodhata, again Swami Vivekananda stated, catch them young, make them realize, and do it consistently throughout life process. He created this system. Stay focused. Stay political. Don't diversify into doing this, doing that. My work will be to get young people, organize them, give them these characteristics, make them dedicated to the nation, and they will do rest of it. And that's what exactly did, and that's what exactly RSS did for last 100 years. The RSS will complete 100 years in 2025 now. Now, so build individuals with character and strength and dedication, build teams out of those with national character, and those teams will go and work and strengthen the nation in all fields of life. Dr. Hedgewar is the biggest team builder the world has seen. And I'm exploring this aspect further. By next year, I'll have more into it. There is not a single organization which has gone on for 100 years and which hadn't seen vertical splits, fights, personality egos, issues. The RSS is there for the last 100 years, a unilateral, single organization, because that is the character which is built in, using Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, dedication to the nation. Next. And so what is the outcome? As I told you, thousands, hundreds and thousands of dedicated men, what Swami Vivekananda had dreamt, which he told that if I get these hundreds and thousands of men with national character, strength, I can change the world. But unfortunately, he left this world a little prematurely. So Dr. Hedgewar caught on to it and started that process. Today, nobody has a doubt about this. Even the fiercest of enemies of RSS, despite so much of obstacles, when in 1925 when Dr. Hedgewar started, as Swamiji told, nobody knew Hindus. Hindus was not even considered a word. We were weak, we were divided, we were under imperial powers. From there he started. But today, it is the biggest non-supported organization in the world, and no government supports it. The creation of this system has leaders sitting in all aspects of life, including the present Prime Minister of India, Dr. Narendra Modi, chief ministers, ISS, bureaucrats. I was an army officer myself. I learned a lot from Sangh. This program happening here, it has got input from those kind of leaders who have learned those sanskaras from somewhere from RSS. Vijayji is one example. They automatically go and work for the nation or for the good cause of the society. That is the inculcation of responsibility towards a society which this system gives to people. The largest student organization in the world, Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. The largest labor organization in the world, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh. Even the communists have broken into hundreds and thousands of pieces world over. They started in 1917. You know, Hindu Mahasabha started even earlier. Congress started in 1885. They are all broken into pieces. Hindu religious organization, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, the biggest name in the Hindu revival today, is all courtesy of that system. And of course, for the downtrodden, Ranmasya Kalyan Ashram, Vidya Bharati, Seva Bharati, you name a field, what Dr. Hedgewar said, Dashav Dishaon mein kaam karne wale Swamsevak. This is what Swami Vivekananda wanted through his Gospels of Man making put into action, which Dr. Hedgewar started later on. And of course, the world's largest political party today, we all know, we all talk about, is Bharatiya Janata Party leading India to a national revival, and perhaps now starting to leave an imprint on the world. What today Prime Minister Narendra Modi says that Hinduism, or Indian culture as we call it, and India is the country which can show path of peace and prosperity and unity to the whole world. And this seed comes from our ancestral Hinduism, which was revived by Swami Vivekananda, who gave a philosophy of imbibing these characters into hundreds and thousands of individual men and women, which was put into action by Dr. Keshwarao Baliram Hedgewar. So this is what my presentation is. Any questions on this issue? Yeah.
So when did you get into RSS?
Oh, I started when I was younger than them. I was about, and that's what this thing is. We all know it is law of the nature. If you have a plant which is already grown up, you can't really give it a shape. But if you catch it young, you can change its direction, change its size, shape, you know.
Other than these qualities that you've listed, what other qualities in maybe transitional skills? What other skills did you learn from going to RSS or HSS, Shaka,
Okay,
stuff like that?
so it is actually very simple. Everybody starts going in Shaka just to play.
Yeah.
So you go and play with your friends, and then in that you are taught courtesy. When you speak somebody, say G. So obviously when you start saying Vijay G, you stop abusing. Otherwise what youngsters do? Hey, what? When we are saying Vijay Ji, thereafter you just can't abuse. When you are playing, team building, team spirit, physical fitness, then slowly and gradually there are baudics, there are, national spirit songs. So they will teach about Shivaji, they will teach about Jhansi, Rani, which was not taught in schools, So national heroes, how they contributed, Vedas, Gita, Lord Krishna, Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda is a constant source of inspiration in our Shaka. I think nobody commemorates or celebrates Swami Vivekananda as does the RSS.
So what's your best memory being at RSS?
It's all good memory.
Well, one of them, what you can say, so you can be like, oh, that's the one thing that can definitely say that has impacted me the most.
Well, it's a 40-year journey now.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, I really can't pinpoint, but
You can control multiple people. That's why we are laying in Shaga for Kabaddi. When you are doing Kabaddi, that is the fundamental things we are doing, because person going to the other side, they are looking everyone. Movements, body language, everything. That is RSS.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Thank you. No worries. Thank you.